Hello guys, today I'm going to be making some post-apocalyptic stone walls. These are inspired by the high external stone walls in the video game called Rust. First, what you're going to need is some sort of base. I'm using these plastic 28mm bases that I bought on Amazon. And then you're going to need a material. You could pretty easily use cardboard or foam core, but I chose to use thicker foam, and I cut it out to that square with a foam cutter. However, if you'd like, you can use a knife. It's just going to take you 2 hours. Once you've gotten the materials, you're going to want to glue the pieces to the base. Looking back, you should probably do the texturing before you glue the foam to the base, but you can glue it now, you may as well. Okay, now once the foam has been successfully glued to the bases, you're going to want to get a pencil, a dull knife, or even a pen and start scoring. You're going to want to make a brick pattern with little odd rounded bricks here and there. It'll give the effect of sort of a makeshift stone brick wall, like the concept art in Rust. You can go take a look right now, just look up Rust high external walls and you'll see what I mean with the stone pattern. So it takes a while to carve that out, but once you've carved it out, you'll have something that looks a bit like this. I went ahead and added some cracks in the stone. They're not the best, but they add a bit of detail. Make sure you do the texture on both sides as well as the bottom. You do not need to do the top, though. I'll get to that later in the next step. Alright, so now we're going to want to get some corrugated cardboard bits, much like we did in the cargo container video. And you're going to want to cut them up into random jagged looking bits, make it look like scrap metal, and then glue it down just all around the bottom of the brick wall. If you're wondering how to get this corrugated cardboard stuff, you can buy it in various colors on Amazon, or you can make it yourself, getting normal cardboard, soaking it with water, and peeling off the top layer. I just recommend buying it on Amazon. It's like $5, and it's not worth it to spend 3 hours stripping the cardboard. But no matter where you get it, just cut it out, glue it on with a bit of tacky glue in some odd positions, and you're well on your way to being done with this project. On to the next step. Okay, so this is where we're going to figure out the top of the wall, and what you want to do is get a bit of foam core, cut it to the right size, and then score it so it looks like stone bricks. Then you can add a bit of stone texture. I usually do that with a foil ball, which is going to be, here we go. You kind of just roll it on and it'll make little divots and it'll rough up the edges. It looks pretty good. It's also useful for concrete, but it's a little better for stone. At this point, I realized I had messed up and I had not applied that texture to the base wall, so I quickly do that, just rubbing the foil ball along the edge. And once that is done, you have something that looks pretty darn good. So by this point, you should have some stone texture, some stone brickwork, the bricks on top, as well as some metal bits on the bottom. I went ahead and I added some little broken bricks and some sand for a base, but you don't have to do that. Once you've gotten to that point, you're going to want to mix up black paint and Mod Podge to roughly 1/4 black paint and 3/4 Mod Podge. And then you can just paint it all over the model, and it'll harden up the paper bits and harden up the foam. It'll also provide a good primer-like effects. At this point, you can call it done for the day and wait for the next video. I'll see you next time on Will's Hobbies and Crafts.